Welcome back, Zero Squad. It is part 4 to What If Deku was half Archangel. Now, the picture you see, yes, I know it's annoying, is Deku's Archangel costume. Because it suits him perfectly, it has the perfect Excalibur, just, yeah, the perfect wings and everything. But pretend it has the helmet from the last Picasso. Now then, we left off after the tournament. Now, let's go into the forest, the all for one art. So then. Let it go, bro! Let's go, bro! Now then, Class 1A gets on a bus to head to the team. As everyone oh, that was so cool, yada yada yada, all that stuff. Bakugo, Todoroki, and Deku talking. Kirishima as well. Bro. What was with that person, that skeletorial thing at the USJ? How do you know Johnny so well? Did you... Deku would say. Oh, you could say our dads know each other. Alright. Deku! What, Kachan? Deku! Why are you talking? You're never gonna talk better than me, Deku. Todoroki, leave him alone, Bakugo. Didn't do anything. Shut up, Icy Hot! Bakugo burst out in a fit of anger. Being Bakugo. Now, when they arrive at the camp, it goes as canon. But this time, the League of Villains is different. There's no Dabi, there's no Toga, but there's still a muscler. Actually, hold on. Correct, I may be able to find the perfect design. Like this. Oh my. I'm sorry, guys, Zero Squad, but look at this picture. Not only does it look badass, it's just pretend there are another two wings. Yeah, this is what a costume looks like. Now he was able to summon a second sword. The first one being called Excalibur. He named the second one after his uncle, Michael, or Gabriel, honestly. Because he likes Gabriel more than Michael for some reason. Even though he's never met his uncles, God told him lots of stories in the little time they spoke. It goes as canon until all of a sudden, the rescue ops is going. Then, they hear this. Burn in the name of death. And black flames suddenly engulf the forest as the training ended. Kirishima Kota doing his usual nut-shotting Deku. Deku has enough power to... Deku thinking, I have basically enough power to destroy entire countries, but I don't have enough power to stop a simple kid from hitting me in my nuts? God bless him. Ha 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 ha! Todoroki said, it's a little Bakugo. Bakugo said, Orewa Meishinderu Asihato. Todoroki's responding, Orewa Meishinderu Bakugo. Translation, you're already dead. Now then, Deku knowing black flames, demonic flames. As he hears a certain particularly demonic talk of a particularly demonic figure. But then Deku hears a voice speaking in demon language and kind of regular. Now, the language the demons speak and the angels speak in isn't English. Instead, it's reverse. Actually,
I and my comrades will kill and sacrifice this bull. I will give you a midnight better hurry, or the boy will die. Sorry, you're the only person who can talk in this language as you understand it. Lucifer Morningstar, the former ruler of hell, and we have come to slay the Prince of Hell, the heir to the throne as per the seven Prince of Hell pride. So, be prepared as we are sending our toughest offering. Our toughest offering is your chief. So come along, or the boy dies.
Izuku, not knowing what he just heard, would quickly rush to the mountain, going 100% off the back, recognizing as no one else besides Izuku could understand what the demon was saying. So, he went, he ran, he pled, moving at market speeds, ramming himself in. As soon as he got there, he pulled out Gabriel and Excalibur and slashed the first villain he saw, throwing Excalibur at another villain, hitting him dab in the head, yelling out, "Johnny!" Johnny, knowing what the call means, transformed into the rider and yells. They would hear a demonic scream as if Lucifer had come to beat the little. The whole forest hearing the cry, recognizing it from one of the USG. As if on cue, the same like listen, Izuku would slash down, yelling, "Excalibur light! Gabriel light!" Slashing in an X-word shaped slash. As then his rider would come charging, or giving the villains a left and a right up down, then stabbing one of them in the head with his sword, with his spear, drilling. But they weren't dead, as they were demons, and demons can't be killed right. The rider and its master teamed up and took on. There were roughly 29 villains up there. Some of the strongest were there, including the one who started the fire, who went by the name of Sadami. Now you're thinking, wait, Sadami's a good guy, is he not? Well, in this story, Sadami is one of the princes, one of the sins, you could say. As Izuku said, I'll take care of the strong ones. You take care of them, Johnny. Johnny nodding in agreement. Izuku teleporting. As he can teleport at Mach speed 29, but only for a millimicrosecond. Opening his wings and grabbing smacking away both the villains, grabbing Koda, throwing him in the air and yelling out, "You're Dimgeinder! I call you!" as everyone would hear a roar in the distance, louder, strong enough to shake the earth. A serpent the size of the designed after the very one you see in this picture would roar. Talking in an ancient language that is only the gods knew. Izuku gifted Jormungandr by his grandfather. Jormungandr, the world eater, as God asked Zeus, Thor, Odin if he could give his world-eating serpent slave to his grandson. Odin and God having a formal relationship, as the archangels helped the Valkyries in a war against the Titans. Now then, as Jormungandr bit, not eating, killing, or crushing the boy. Instead, he flew it as he slithered across the ground, making a very big mess of the forest. As he spat Kota out in the middle of all the people, as they would say, "It's a monster! Kill it! Attack!" But Izuku would yell, "Do not harm my pet!" Then recognizing it, Izuku's pet, as there was a ginormous sword in front of it, with the word, "Do not touch your Jormungandr." As it dug back into the crust of the ground, going into hibernation, waiting for its master's call. Now that Kota's out of the way, mind telling me your name? The demon speaking like English.
My name? Oh boy, my name is Beelzebub. I have come to kill you, son of Lucifer, Morning Star.
Sorry. Izuku saying in his mind, "I understand my dad's the former archangel and the king of hell. But why does every demon want me dead?" Izuku would charge at Beelzebub, moving at near light speeds, as they would both grow wings and start clashing in the air. It would be a sort of a Dragon Ball sort of online fashion fight. Izuku slashing Beelzebub, Beelzebub attacking Izuku, Izuku hitting him with Excalibur, Beelzebub countering, then Izuku yells, "Oh, Excalibur!" Slashing down on Beelzebub, but Beelzebub manages to block the attack. Beelzebub yelling, "Yeah, no serio, yes!" In an instant, demonic tongue, and even Izuku would know. A black flame spear would shoot Izuku, stabbing him right in the middle of the chest. Not killing him, but hurting him. As on cue, a giant hand came and slammed Izuku into the ground, as it would have an aura of its own. Similar to Muscler's quirk, this will be a scientifically advanced Muscler, as each of the villains you saw for the raid were killed and used as sacrifices to be possessed by demons. Muscler being possessed by the demon of wrath, Satan, saying,
"This is my brother's son. I'm disgusted."
Izuku realizing his uncle just nailed him to the ground. Telling, "Wait, aren't you supposed to be good?"
"I'm Satan, boy. I'm the devil."
As he would feel another fist in his gut, as he would open a portal using his halo, as the fist would collide back with him, as it managed to rip through the time itself, hitting Izuku again. But on cue, Izuku felt a spark in his body, as he didn't realize it, but Kirishima had given him all of One for All. But Kirishima developed abilities of his own with One for All. No other, he would be the strongest without a doubt. Having powers similar to that of the War of the Attack Titan, being able to see the past and present users and future users. Learning that the 15th user of One for All somehow learned to use One for All and pass it down without giving it away. But Kirishima hadn't fully mastered it. So he would have One for All for a good couple of years. About until he was around 32, about until he was 45, he would have it. So many. So then, Izuku would rain down Excalibur. But Izuku had the ability to use the quirks of the future users. Somehow. As one of the users had a quirk similar to musclers. But instead of the flesh ripping, the muscle on the inside would just grow and the skin would harden. Izuku buffing up, similar to Zeus from Record of Ragnarok. Terrible anime, don't check it out, but if you're there for the fights and Aphrodite's big chungus is, go. It's on Netflix. So then, as Izuku would go hand to hand with his uncle Satan, not even using his techniques, only relying on One for All and his power, his divine powers. Until finally he hit his uncle so hard where his head spun and fell off. But due to due to Satan being Satan, he regrew his head. The more matter and wrathful he feels, he gets, the stronger he becomes. No, it's not a Hulk reference. But good eye if you catch on to that. Now then, bitty bitty bob bob. Now then, bitty bob bob. Now then. Izuku would go up to 1,000,000%, giving him the ultra supersonic, hyper supersonic omega healing. Healing so quick that he could resist being hit with nukes and regenerate. Punching his uncle right in the nuts, as that was somehow the demon's most vulnerable spot. Not killing him, just knocking his ass the fuck out. As Johnny had defeated the other villains, as he took and smashed all of their souls back into hell, saying,
"Say hello to my father for me."
As Johnny's father, Johnny Cage, had been working in hell as an operative for Lucifer to watch over the sinners, becoming the stand-in guardian of hell. Izuku receiving a second gift from his dad. He received at a young age a puppy with 3 heads, named Cerberus. And he yelled out, "Here boy, time to feast!" As a 3-headed dog came rushing out of the ground yelling, howling, "Ow! Ow!" As the 3rd head was the youngest of them. So it was the smallest. That was the one that was more playful, while the 2 others were more serious and obedient. The middle being a Ghidorah type, as it would bite down on Muscular and all the villains, eating them whole, shitting them out afterwards. After some, we don't talk about it. Izuku kicking Beelzebub straight in the gut. Beelzebub getting sent flying backwards would say, "You win this day, you win now, and keep this in mind. I am Beelzebub, the Prince of Gluttony." As Beelzebub would teleport away via Kurogiri, along with all the other villains, some of them getting locked up as king. All of them questioning Izuku. The cops arresting Izuku as well. Questioning him on what the beasts were and how did he get them. Those were monsters that had been wanted for years by the police. Izuku stopped saying a word as after learning what his father had done for them, everything he gave away, becoming God himself, becoming the ruler of all of existence, throwing it away just for one simple family. Izuku, after hearing that, respected his father more than ever, as he would never now. Before, he would have thrown away his father without regret, hesitation, but now, no. He respects Lucifer way too much. As he would brace down and flinch, I will never tell you, crewmates! As Nezu came in and said, he is fine, release him, please. The cops releasing Izuku. Nezu questioning him, as he would trust Nezu not to tell anyone about this secret, or he would make Nezu feel billions of years of pain. Nezu accepting the side of Izuku's deal, telling him of the great world eater Jormungandr, beast the giant serpent from Greek mythology was not fake, instead it was real, as it was sealed away at the center of the universe for millennia, ever since Thor defeated it, alongside Cerberus, the pet of the Demon King. So then, after that, but what he didn't realize was that Bakugo was captured by the League of Villains. Deku yelling, Bakugo, the angry Pomeranian sociopath captured by villains? Deku almost thinking about, you know what? Forget him. But then realizing what would happen if they did that. As Kirishima had started getting a brotherly bond with Bakugo. So Deku said, oh, fucking kill me. He slashed open a portal to a different, somehow teleporting him there. With the help of Yaoyorozu. She was one of the many injured during the fight. So then, it would go as canon with them spying and All For One doing his I'm the rip-off Vegeta Big Bang attack. The All For One wannabe would sit there floating in the air, saying, I am your father, Shigaraki. Fakely. No, he didn't say it. No. He didn't say, I am your father. We're not turning this into a Star Wars what if. Ooh, that gives me an idea. As Izuku would jump out saying, All For One! Hitting All For One. By punching the air so quick, he's able to send out air force and air things. Similar to what Goku did in the Tournament of Power. Hitting All For One's white deeded dab in the face, breaking and shattering his mask. But this might be my longest part of all, so get your popcorn and sit down, boys. Now then, he will be kicking some big, fat, brick, rat, Kit-Kat ass. All For One, Deku being clearly stronger than All For One. As Deku is, he could probably kill All Might in his prime 100 times over. The only beings that he was stronger was God, the archangels, his father, and the 7 princes of hell. Soon to be 7 again, as with the absence of Lucifer, it's only been 6. As just from fighting Beelzebub and Satan, two of the very princes, he knew just how powerful they were. Beelzebub being the weakest of them, and Satan being one of the stronger ones. Izuku only being able to beat him, as Izuku has more of an Adam-like design, with the simple white hair, as due to having, from Record of Ragnarok, due to being the son of a man who's the son of God, he's like a perfect, in a way, image of God, of the Demon King, so he can copy any demonic technique he sees with flawlessness. As Satan used an attack called Wrathful Meteorites, hitting him with a barrage of attacks that Izuku used and counteract with his own wrathful, hopeful wrath. meteorites, adding another artifact that he copied from the demon in his arsenal. Remembering the very words his grandfather spoke to him at the USJ, yelling, "All for one, your reign ends here and here and here ye." You hear me? Nanaki, but All Might arrived at the last second, getting in between young Izuku and All for One, yelling, "Young Midoriya, you must go!" "We will discuss about you being here later." Izuku realizing how much he just fucked up, listening to Midoriya telling everyone to retrieve Bakugo, as he had formed a little bit of a team, his own rogue team in UA, gathering useful quirk users like Mamonia, I'm calling him Mamonia. Touching, as he would be their absolute one of their best students. Deku helping Mamonia learn to control his quirk, although he put a failsafe in it, so if Mamonia ever became a villain, there would be a chip implanted in his brain to forcefully shut his brain down, shutting all his bones down, turning him into a nothing but a killer, to make it easier to confiscate him. As he had a quirk similar to All for One, just not as dangerous or powerful. Izuku wants to make sure Mamonia doesn't become like All for One, so he's nice to him, kinda, and he endures his talking. As the reason Mamonia is such a jerk to Class 1A is because he's jealous of them, as he's jealous of their immense power, as he tries to make up for that by being a jerk to them. But Deku putting him and Bakugo in their places when they get in a fight. So then he formed his own rogue group called the Rogue Angels, being 4 of them with little subordinates and allies. And the reason there's 4, there were ranks, and the lowest rank was simple human. And then there was Archangel. That's why there were 4 of the top commanders. Designed after his brother, his uncles, and aunts. Hearing stories of Gabriel and Michael and all of the archangels as simple. As he would start flying in the air, we like some Bakugo! Grab on! Bakugo saying, "Shut up, nerd." Bakugo staying there until Kirishima says, "Come on, Baku bro! We gotta go!" Bakugo saying, "Hee." And before blasting himself off doing that Michael Jackson shit. Breakdancing and flip-flopping off of buildings. Grabbing Kirishima's hand before the fight commenced. And now we would all go down the cannon, except for the fact that All Might was weaker. Due to Deku weakening one for All for One, it would still end up with the same result. Just that All for One would lose sooner with Deku. All Might still use his United States of Smash, but it would one-shot All for One. Now it would all go as canon. But this time, everyone knew of the Rogue Angels. Although Izuku wore his armor wisely, they recognized it as the Archangel Izuku Midoriya, Morningstar. Sorry if I've been saying Midoriya and not Morningstar this entire time. It's really hard to remember the same words who have the same pronunciations at the beginning, both having M in them, so it's kind of, I accidentally mix them up now and then. Now then, after forward, we skip to my research. After this very moment, shit, right? Yeah, I did the right one. So then, now we go to the hero killer arc. As that all of a sudden, Ida gets a call as their interships would begin. Deku intershipping with Lord Torino, along with Kirishima. Now we go as canon until the what's the motherfucking called arc. As the nobles would strike down and attack. Ida would be on his death's door. Ida would be bleeding all over until he heard, "God damn it, Ida, can you not just do one thing right? You're a know-it-all. Be a know-it-all." Until all of a sudden all his wounds were healed and he was unparalleled. As remember, Deku also has the ability of full counters. This anime has more, as he watched Seven Lessons. Remember, this is an anime exists inside of this anime. So like animes like Dragon Ball Z, One Punch Man, Naruto, Seven Deadly Sins, they exist. So, Izuku came up with 3 skills that he liked from each. Izuku coming up with 3 skills he picked from each anime. The first one being full counter, where using his holy powers rejects the other quirks. The second one being simple that of a Sengai. And the third one, he gets both basically mostly the Naruto. Third one being a Susanoo-like thing. He really likes Naruto. So then. Asuka! Now then, Izuku Todoroki would arrive earlier, as Izuku would teleport him to their destination. Now then, it would go as canon, although Izuku would be still immune to Stain's quirk. As yes, he does have his dad's Luciferness, which I'm calling it. If you watch the show Lucifer on Netflix, you would know what I mean by Lucifer. Right there. Now then, let's continue. Now then, Izuku would hit Stain, stabbing him right in the gut with his Excalibur. Using Gabriel, his second sword, to free the others of their binding. At this time, it wasn't 1 hero, it was 5 heroes. They're pretty weak heroes. Like, nobody even knows their names. At all. Now, yes. It'll do us canon, except for the fact that Deku was way stronger and could probably about just destroy the entire city if he wanted to. Because he has the power to destroy an entire country. Yeah, he's pretty strong. So, I was sorry for the fucking long ass upload. So focused on it. Now then, so Izuku and Oria and all the other shit would just do the casual beat Stain, yada yada, free. But this time, they would freeze. Once he's knocked out, they would have Todoroki freeze Stain. Then have Izuku put holy chains around him to block him, so that he couldn't break out of it. Staying strong, but not strong enough to break out of divine chains. So then, afterwards, yeah, they froze him, beat him, he did his speech. Yeah, it happens. Now, we move on to our next arc. See, let me just get my Wikipedia up. Now for the final exam arcs, boys. As, well, end of term approaches, class 1 has to face a written test and practical exam. However, in a surprising twist, they must face the teachers and commentators. So, yes, this time, it's not going to be just All Might they're fighting. It's God damn it, I just skipped so many arcs before getting to the All for One fight. Let's pretend I didn't do that. Now, this time, let's pretend this is a flashback. Now, they thought someone Deku would win, but Deku would be carrying them, obviously. Yeah. Now then, did the Forest Training Camp arc, did the Hideout Raid arc. Now it's time for creating those ultimate moves. Well, Izuku already has a abundance of ultimate moves, so he doesn't really have to. He kind of passes that test already. Unfortunately. Sure. So then, we get to the Big Three versus Class 1A. But Izuku wouldn't be able to fight Mirio, as he has a seismic sensibility, but when that opponent isn't making noise underground or vibrations, he can't sense them. So Mirio is completely invisible. It would still go as canon with them getting their ass clapped by Mirio. And if I do sound tired, I am tired. Where I am, it's currently God knows what. Laptops. Where I'm at is currently 12:06 a.m. in the morning. I'm pretty tired. So then, where'd the phone go? I'm kind of reading it out. Let's see. So, Deku versus Kacchan Part 2. What? What you would also find funny is that Deku wins. I know, right? It was so expected. I mean, at this point, Deku's basically a demigod. Now it's the Shiai Hasaki arc. Their second semester has fuckity begun. And some freshmen are preparing for blah, 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 blah. You know how it goes. They go to their usual things. But Izuku and Shuriko, his regular patrol, running themselves overhauled, finding him up to Eri, telling the Kiros about it. Now, for Season 4 encounters, Fading, what's his face, and overhaul. Then Scoop on 1A happens. Then overhaul happens. The boys meet. Fighting fate, you know how that goes. Let's go Gusty Red Riot. But this time he still has one for all. As he doesn't use it for another couple of years. Long ass way away. So he just beats his opponent because he already unlocked the Red Riot. Adam plus talk, you know how that talk goes. Go. So then, you'll go as canon until we get to the big fight. Night Eye would still die in this. But Izuku can bring him back from the dead, so do not fright. Sorry. Alright, then back to the main story. Sorry about this. But this time, Izuku can go beyond infinite 100%. He went all the way to infinite 300%. Now, yes, he would easily destroy all. What's his face? But yeah, I mean overhaul. Now for the Remindo course. Yeah, but you know how it kind of goes canon for those that nothing really happens. Now for the UA School Festival, kind of the one that I left on. So then, the UA School Festival starting in Class 1A was put up. So really, it's kind of just how it goes in canon for the UA Festival. Now we get to the Pro Hero arc. Now it goes as canon as well with. Now, Hawks discusses the rumors behind the Nomus when a sudden attack from a new Nomu puts Endeavor's role as number one. He goes to the test. Now, it would go as canon, and there's joint training. Yeah. Izuku would discover another power about one fall. Black Whip. It would go as canon, but Izuku would control it way easier. Like Meta Liberation Army arc. It basically all goes canon until it goes canon until the war happens. Well, basically the war goes canon until, well, yeah, it kind of goes canon with Izuku not taking as bad of a damage. He got like strength. Been a while. Then we go to the final villain, or the final act of the saga. Now, I forgot to issue a spoiler warning for those who haven't read or watched season 5 yet, so I am very sorry and do apologize on my behalf. It goes wild, full power, get each other, blah 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 blah. It goes cool till Deku versus Class A. Deku not wanting to kill his friends, as he could easily kill them, but he doesn't. He would. That shit. Deku wouldn't start running away, but that's all there is for this current saga. So, I guess that's where I'll be leaving off. Part 4. Now, we're in 5 acts, so expect this series to be ending a lot sooner. Now, goodbye, my Zero Squad. I'd like you to sub, like, comment down below, and tell me the favorite part of the video.